Welcome to another episode of Inspiration Motives. Today's leadership lesson is passing on the knowledge. As most of you know, I'm currently a Master Sergeant in the United States Air Force. These are my personal thoughts and opinions and do not reflect the thoughts of the United States Air Force. All right, let's get started. Passing on knowledge. So first thing you need to know, don't hoard knowledge. A lot of times people go away, they learn new things. I've worked with people where they have that mindset where if I teach you my skill, you're going to steal my job. Take that shit out of your head. So it's stupid when people think like that because it's just going to make everything difficult. It's going to make you have less help. The way I was brought up in my career, the right way is you got to be able to train the next person to take your spot. It's not saying they are going to take your spot, but one day when you're ready to move on, whether it's you moving up, you leaving, you retiring, you got to make sure that the people below you are ready to move up. You got to make sure that all the work is going to be a seamless transition where your people aren't going to be hurting. It's your job to make sure that your team's growing together. What people don't realize is if your team's winning, if everybody's winning in your team, everybody's growing, everybody's advancing, that means you win. It makes your job easier. That means you don't have to control every little part of the job. When you're training the people below you with the things that you're picking up, that's going to take a little bit more off of your plate. That means somebody else knows what to do. I had this talk a while back with one of my supervisors a long time ago. And I asked him, I was like, if you were driving home today and God forbid you got in a real bad car accident, you couldn't make it in for the next 6 months, do you feel the next person that's in line right now is ready to run the shop? That they're ready to be able to run this office? His response was no. And he said it confidently. You know what my response was? My response was, that means you're not doing your job then. At the end of the day, you got to prep your people to be able to circumvent those incidents. You got to make sure that it's next leader up mentality, next person up mentality. You're at war. God forbid you get hurt. Do you think the war stops? Nope. That means somebody else is taking your spot to keep the fight going. Just because you got hurt doesn't mean everybody's just going to stop and war is going to stop and everything's going to stop. So this is my key takeaway is that make sure that you're passing on the knowledge. I'm a firm believer. Anytime I go away for new classes, anytime I learn something new, I pass it on to my guys. I don't care that they're not in the same position as me. They might not be in the same position as me for 5 years, 10 years. But at least I'm giving them that opportunity that they feel like they're able to grow. They feel that, God say, maybe you work for a big company that's corporate or something that has multiple locations. By you teaching them all this stuff, that might benefit them where one day one of those other offices might end up having an opening where they feel confident enough to be able to put in for that position. Now, not only did you change their lives, but you changed their families' lives, their kids' lives. So it's a snowball effect. So that's my take on this situation. Just make sure you pass on the knowledge. Don't hoard the knowledge. Train the person to take your spot. Grow together. If your team wins, that means you win. All right, see you.